Always here, a pleasure to be here discussing health from a natural and integrated perspective. And today, of course, the topic that I decided to speak about would be that particular topic of memory. So many persons experiencing memory loss, short-term memory, and that in itself actually creating some serious concern among persons. So we're going to discuss, what really causes this issue of memory, early stages of what is known as vascular dementia, which is like early instance before Alzheimer's and even Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, those type of conditions. And we're going to mention what do we at Batson and Associates do to really address that particular situation. So the thing is, when you're looking at memory, we know memory is significantly supported by the central nervous system, by the brain, and it is vitally important that circulation to the brain be optimal in order for one to continue to achieve proper memory. So what we find is that individuals who actually begin to experience things like vascular dementia, early signs of memory loss. And when we're speaking about memory loss, we're not really speaking about long-term memory. At least in the initial aspects, we're speaking about short-term, what you put on, where you put on your keys, what you went into the refrigerator for, maybe forgetting where you put down certain things, and things that you would have remembered quite easily some years ago. That is normally indication of early signs of things like vascular dementia, Alzheimer's, memory problems. And it's simply an indication of poor circulation to the brain. And we understand how important it is for us to have proper circulation to the brain, because proper circulation to the brain ensures that those blood cells in the brain are fed properly, enough oxygen, nutrients. And from the time that is hindered, you find memory problems begin to occur. So one of the things we do at Batson and Associates is something known as a magnetic resonance analysis scan, which is similar to MRIs. But with MRIs are magnetic resonance imaging, and MRAs are magnetic resonance analysis. So it gives us an indication of how much blood is going to the brain. And from that particular measurement, we would actually be able to determine, okay, this is the reason you have problems with poor memory. This is the reasons you have problems with your eyesight. This is the reason you have problems with dizziness, because all of these are key symptomology of problems associated with poor brain circulation. So feel free to give us a call or visit those telephone numbers. You can give us a call for the Shogunas office. That number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And for the Debe office, that number is 223-7515. Again, that's 223-7515. Back to you, Samantha. Do we have any questions as yet?
We do have a question, and it comes via WhatsApp. The person is asking, sleep deprivation and stress, does it affect blood sugar levels?
Definitely it does, most certainly. The thing is, when you're sleep deprived, your vitals don't read properly. They're gonna escalate. So your blood sugar is going to be out of sync. It's going to be very, very high. In some cases, it will give you a very high and a very low at some point in time. And with your blood pressure is going to be all over the place as well. In fact, we know, all of us, I think, by experience, we know if it is we do not have a proper night's sleep, especially those of you who may be termed hypertensive or persons who usually would test their blood pressure, you would realize if you don't have a proper night's sleep, your blood pressure tends to be elevated. So definitely sleep plays a significant role in proper maintenance of vitals as regards to blood sugar and blood pressure values. One of the things we carry at Batson and Associates is a product known as Nerve Restore. And Nerve Restore does that. It restores the nerve so much so that it actually helps with things like insomnia or problems with sleep. It also helps with what we're discussing in terms of vascular dementia, improving blood circulation to the brain. Is going to help with things like anxiety, depression, because it actually works on the autonomic nervous system, autonomic nervous or central nervous system, which has to do with your sympathetic, parasympathetic. And that is something that you would want to always work on. So definitely we can address that. Keep in mind tomorrow, please God, which is Friday and Saturday, we have open clinic day in our St. James office, and that means you don't necessarily have to have an appointment. That office in St. James is at the Red Edge Mall, and the telephone number for the St. James office is 220-8113. Again, that's 220-8113. So you can always call that number and avail yourself of that open clinic day, because those of you who may have been trying to get appointments, and because of the amounts that we have, especially the backlog, I'm trying to see how well we could actually facilitate as much persons as possible. So that is an invitation to you. You could always call. That number again is 220-8113, 220-8113.
And if you do have a medical question for Dr. Jason Batson, feel free to give us a call at 627-3223, 627-3223, or 625-2257, 625-2257. You can also send your medical question via WhatsApp to the number 306-1065, 306-1065. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, PhD, Senior Medical Consultant at Batson and Associates.
Yeah. One of the questions, well, we're actually live on Facebook. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to our Facebook listeners and followers. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT, and on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. So the question is being asked on Facebook: if poor circulation is also an indication of hearing issues or hearing loss. And again, that could also be attributed to poor hearing. You find a lot of persons, as they tend to get a bit older, they start to have problems with the hearing. So you're not hearing as you should. And that in itself can also be an indication of issues associated with poor blood circulation to the cerebral hemisphere or the brain. There is something known as where persons have this particular situation where you have this ringing in your ears, tinnitus, that's the word. And you often find that people who suffer from tinnitus also have an issue with poor blood circulation to the brain. So it's very important that you always try and maintain healthy blood circulation to the brain. And there are a number of things that you can do to do that, from as much as exercise, stretching, deep breathing, and of course from the supplemental aspect where we use, like for example, the circulation tea is a product that we carry. And one of the things that circulation tea does is actually improves the circulation above your heart and circulation below your heart. The circulation above the heart is known as pulmonary circulation. And even persons who have problems with high blood pressure sometimes is also an indication of poor blood circulation to the brain, especially if you have been diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension, because a lot of persons think that you just have hypertension, and hypertension is hypertension across the board. But there's actually something known as pulmonary hypertension, which is actually worse than hypertension in general, because it can actually cause strokes, problems with what is known as TIAs, which are transient ischemic attacks, which are mini strokes, can cause problems with brain aneurysms. So it is always important to pay attention to yourself. If you're getting that symptomology, hearing problems, dizziness, problems with your vision, blurred vision, problems with memory, short-term memory, what you go into the refrigerator for. If you're starting to do things like remove things from the refrigerator and instead of returning it to the refrigerator, you're putting it in the cupboard, or vice versa, all those are early warning signs that, listen to me, something is going wrong in the cerebral hemisphere, and you need to address that aspect of circulation above the heart, circulation in the brain, and circulation in general. It's very important for one to do that. So again, keep in mind those clinics. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chabonas. We also have the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erin Main Road, and in Davie, St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James, and Tobago is the Triangle building in Scarborough, Tobago.
Again, if you do have a medical question that you would like answered by Dr. Jason Batson, do call us at 625-2257, 625-2257, or you can send a WhatsApp message to the number 306-1065, 306-1065. And we do have a message that comes via WhatsApp. I think this person is stressing on short-term memory loss. It says, good afternoon, doctor. What causes someone to forget things at the present and where they put their glasses, etc., but remember things of the past year?
Yeah, very good question, and that's what I was explaining before. You see, the thing is, you have different types of memory, right? We have short-term memory, we have long-term memory. Usually, long-term memory would take quite a while to start to give you problems. That is when you know for sure you have things like Alzheimer's, right? But what I was explaining is that with short-term memory, that is usually more common. However, you can delay that situation by doing exactly what it is I was just mentioning, continue to maintain and improve blood circulation in the cerebral hemisphere or the brain. So, drinking sufficient amounts of water is very important. I continually say it, time and time again. Not enough people understand the importance and the value of water, and they don't understand the value and of really maintaining proper hydration. That in turn could actually affect your circulation. And in addition to that, as I said, if you're not getting proper blood flow to the brain, the various parts of the brain that actually deal with memory and various aspects of cognitive function and those type of things going to begin to become affected. So obviously, the old people ever say, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. That is what I would have done. Start to actually make the necessary changes to correct that. The New England Journal of Medicine, maybe about 3-4 years ago, had done a study of a number of persons in various parts of Europe. And one of the things that they found is that because of the decline of persons actually consuming nuts, so different types of nuts which would have various healthy omegas in them, so nuts like cashew, almonds, pistachio, Brazil nuts, they realized because of the decline of persons actually consuming those, they realized that that was one of the issues or one of the causes of early vascular dementia and various aspects of memory decline and that type of thing. So, that's just to help you to understand that even in your diet, it is vitally important that you use certain types of food in order to continue to improve that circulation. Because remember, the blood vessels in the brain are very fine blood vessels. In fact, you have a lot of capillaries in the brain. And in the brain has a lot of microcirculation. So if the circulation in general becomes impaired, the microcirculation is quite easily impaired as well. And that is where you have the problems with the loss of memory, the dizziness, problems with blurred vision, because that microcirculation in the brain has been compromised. So that's something you need to pay very close attention to yourself. Pay attention to yourself. You must know if you're finding, listen to me, I'm starting to forget, where you put your glasses, where you put down the keys. You open the refrigerator and you stand in front of the refrigerator and you can't remember what you went for. Now, if those things are becoming more and more prevalent, more common, then it means you need to start to address that so that it doesn't become worse. And that's where Batson and Associates comes in. I mean, we do a lot of programs. As I said, with the magnetic resonance analysis, and we're actually able to tell you how much blood you get into your brain. And I've had a lot of clients who came to us with memory problems, dizziness, and when we did that test, we realized that the amount of blood that they was getting to the brain, the circulation, was impaired by maybe about 75%. And that is why they were getting these various types of symptomology. So again, feel free to give us a call or visit. Keep in mind that we have open clinic day this Friday and Saturday at our St. James office. That office is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. And the telephone number for that office is 220-8113. Again, 220-8113.
Batson and Associates started its operations in September 2009, and it is an organization of trained health consultants and practitioners in Ayurvedic, Chinese, holistic, natural, and nutritional medicine. If you have a question that you would like answered by Dr. Batson, do call us right now at 625-2257, 625-2257, or you can send your question via WhatsApp to the number 306-1065. 306-1065. And we do have a question that comes via WhatsApp. The person is asking, "Good day, Dr. Batson. I tend to get a pain under my arm near my breast. What could cause it?"
That's interesting. The thing is, the thing with pain, you have to pay very close attention to that. So in terms of location, if you're saying under your arm, very close to your bust, it means we're talking about the lymph nodes under the arm. Now, one of the things that women need to be very careful of is that you could begin developing maybe pain, even lumps, very close to the underarm area there. Most women who have issues with breast, for example, breast cancer. Now, I'm not saying that it is breast cancer, but what I'm saying, a lot of the times, those are early warning signs of things beginning to go wrong. Because if you know the anatomy of the breast has a lot of very fine blood vessels in them. They are very fine passages. And what causes breast cancer, what causes various lumps in the breast, there's something known as fibrosis of the breast or fibrostic breast, where you may have a lump, and that lump may not necessarily be malignant, which we know indicates cancer. It might be what is known as benign, which means it does not indicate any form of cancer. But you have to be careful in that you need to keep those lymph nodes under the arms, which are very close to the breast, very clear and very clean. And again, that's where hydration comes in. You need to look at your water. There's a product we carry at Batson Associates called Alkagen water, which is a premium alkaline water. And I'm a big advocate of alkaline water because I tell persons it really does work depending on what situation and the duration that you may need to use it. But you will get the results that you're looking for once you're dealing with someone who knows what they're doing. So hydration is very important for healthy breasts. That's what I'm saying. But in addition to that, the circulation, we have 7 channels of elimination in the body: kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Now, your lymphatic system is the system that cleans your blood. So most of the time, where your lymph nodes are located, on their arms, for example, behind your neck, on your throat there, by your groin, that is part of your immune system, remember? So the possibility exists you could have some sort of infection there. If you're getting any kind of pain, any kind of discomfort, what you need to do is do a self-examination. And if you're feeling like any sort of tightness, you're getting increased discomfort, maybe when you're slightly pressed, then it would be wise to go and have maybe a breast ultrasound or a mammogram or something done to really determine if there's any blockage there. And then, of course, there are a number of things that we at Batson Associates could do. I am not one of the fans as it relates to removing lymph nodes. Even if you have breast cancer, I am not in agreement with that at all. Because when you interfere with lymph nodes, you interfere with your immune system, and you also interfere with how it actually cleans the blood, and it actually affects blood circulation over a period of time. It could cause swelling under the arms. It could cause serious problems with one's immune system. So there's always some solution that is not invasive first. And then if maybe you do that and you do certain changes and then you're not seeing anything, then the possibility exists that you may have to take it further. But usually, or in most cases, you should not. It's a matter of getting those nodules clear, those lymph nodes clear, and then everything should be all right there. Okay?
So someone is asking if deodorant is bad for you.
Most of them are, yes. Most of them. In fact, antiperspirants is something that you need to be very careful. Now, the thing is, there are a lot of things that you could do. This might sound weird to some people, but baking soda, for example, is a very good substance to use to bathe. I mean, if you're bathing with baking soda, you don't have generally any odor issues and that type of thing because of what baking soda does as it relates as a deodorizer. The problem is a lot of deodorants and antiperspirants have aluminum in them, and they can cause serious problems. In fact, they have proven that a lot of women who develop breast cancer, and even men in some instances, it is as a result of the use of those antiperspirants and deodorants that have so much chemicals and aluminum and mercury and all these type of things in them. You also need to be very careful if you have dental amalgams or fillings. If you have the amalgam, the metal ones, well, they're not metal, but it's amalgam, which is a combination of different minerals. And in some of those, you'll have some mercury inside of it. Anything that is in the gum significantly affects or significantly penetrates the circulatory system, the cardiovascular system. It gets into your bloodstream, and it can cause problems. In fact, they've actually proven that a lot of women who end up with breast cancer, when you look at where they had the amalgams, if the amalgam is on the left side of the gum, they usually develop breast cancer on the left breast, and then if it's the right side, right breast. So, that's something to pay attention. If you have those in your mouth, you should give your dentist a visit and try and have them removed and put in the more naturally white ones that they're using a while now, to sort of, get yourself out of that situation. And as regards to the deodorants and antiperspirants, you could search, there are a lot of, we used to bring in, before we look into start back, where we had those that didn't have any of those additives in it, very natural, very organic, and would prevent those different type of issues. In fact, let me say something quickly too, even the sanitary napkins, not to stray from the topic, a lot of women use sanitary napkins and they don't understand how dangerous some of them are, because sanitary napkins a lot of the times are made up from a lot of chipped up cardboard and all these type of things, and they have to bleach that. So they end up with something known as dioxins. And, the way a woman is designed, because of that particular part of her anatomy, when you place those parts there, that's an opening in the body, and it can actually introduce a lot of chemicals in the uterus, the cervix, and that type of thing, and actually cause things like uterine and cervical cancer. Again, if you do some research, you will see that. So you need to be very careful. There are a lot of products now that try and keep you away from that to actually give you, the advantage of not being, exposed to these different type of cancer chemicals. So you can always call, get some information where that is concerned. The telephone numbers again, you can give us a call. That Shogunas number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. For Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. Back to you, Samantha.
And we do have another question via WhatsApp. And this person is asking, Dr. Batson, are there any alternatives to keeping fit other than exercise?
Yes and no. So, to an extent, there are things that you can do from a nutritional perspective that going to keep you healthy. But when we speak in fitness carries, of course, a different connotation. When you're talking about fitness, you're thinking of the words like strength, you're thinking about endurance, you're thinking about stamina, you're thinking about... So that is going to involve some sort of physical activity or exercise. Now, there are different aspects of your nutrition, proper hydration, that is going to make you healthier. But as it relates to fitness, as I said, when you're talking fitness, the connotation goes towards a more physical or one's physical attributes in terms of strength, endurance, those type of things. So in that particular case, it means that exercise is going to be necessary. And the thing is, hard work is not exercise. A lot of persons mention that, I do a lot of hard work. So you might be a mason and you're not sitting down in our office all the time and you're lifting up heavy bricks, buckets. You might be doing your work, might be a little more laborious. And because of that, you may be a little healthier. But that is not exercise in the sense that it doesn't elevate your heart rate and your breathing. That is where you're talking about aerobic, anaerobic exchange and that type of thing. That is where exercise comes in. And where fitness is concerned, exercise and fitness goes hand in hand. So you can keep healthy, yes, but definitely exercise is something that should be in everyone's regime. Even if it is, you have some sort of debilitation, so you may be confined to a bed or you confined to a wheelchair. Even if you do upper body exercises where you do the stretches and the various movements with the arms and that type of thing, that is going to help you maintain some level of fitness and prevent you from deteriorating further in whatever physical incapacity that you may have. Okay?
If you have a medical question for Dr. Batson, you can give us a call at 627-2257, or you can send a WhatsApp message to 306-1065, 306-1065. Now, we do have another question that comes via WhatsApp. It says, good day, Dr. Batson. Is it normal to feel depressed for a few days before your period?
Yeah, that happens. That happens to a lot of persons. When women are approaching their menstrual cycle, a number of things can happen: nausea, vomiting, bloating, cramps, and it can affect your emotions. So it can induce or cause feelings of depression, anxiety, even pre-menstrual cycle and post-menstrual cycle. So that's something that's quite common. To correct the situation, again, diet is very important. So try to use things, foods that are magnesium rich, for example. So things like a sweet potato, things like beetroot, things like a carrot, those type of things. So more salads, just before your menstrual cycle, or a few days before, when you know that you start to get these funny feelings. At Batson and Associates, we carry a product called Lymph Restore, and I always talk about this product because I like it so much because of the results that we get with it. Because what it does, it's an adaptogen, and adaptogens have the ability to do just that. It helps the body actually deal with stress, and it actually does some measure of resetting one central nervous system. So it actually helps you to sleep way better. It actually helps with proper rest. So the thing is, when you sleep, you feel as if you're rested. And of course, it helps with endorphins, which are feel-good chemicals. It also helps with neurotransmitters, things like epinephrine, norepinephrine, and those are very important to healthy sleep and healthy mood. So that's something that women could actually look at introducing in their regime. There's also a product we carry called Women's Formula, which is a product that is designed to balance the endocrine system. So we're speaking about glands now. So things like your thyroid, parathyroid, pituitary, it actually helps to balance those so that the hormones are not out of balance, and you find that the period is a better period. So less pain, less nausea, less bad feeling, headaches, cramping, those type of things.
Batson and Associates provide alternative natural and integrated services and programs for individuals who choose to address various health issues and ailments such as weight loss, diabetes, acid reflux, constipation, cardiovascular disease, arthritis, and much more. We just have about 3 more minutes here with Dr. Batson, PhD, Senior Medical Consultant at Batson and Associates. Dr. Batson?
Yes, so feel free to take advantage of our open clinic days. That's something that we have introduced, well, seeing that they have lifted a lot of the COVID restrictions. So we started it back. So keep in mind, this Friday and Saturday in St. James, you can feel free to call. I'll be working in those offices on those days with the other consultants. So that telephone number for the St. James office is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And you can feel free to give us a call or visit for that office. For Chaguanas is 222-8261. That's Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Dede is 223-7515. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That's 226-4553. You could also add us on Facebook. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. As we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless you. And Samantha, always a pleasure. Until next week, please God, we will discuss health again.
Thank you very much, Dr. Batson. You have been listening to Dr. Jason Batson, PhD, Senior Medical Consultant at Batson and Associates. And Batson and Associates started its operation in September of 2009. It was an organization of trained health consultants and practitioners Ayurvedic, Chinese, holistic, natural, and nutritional medicine. Batson and Associates provide alternative natural and integrated services and programs for individuals who choose to and ailments such as weight loss, diabetes, acid reflux, constipation, cardiovascular disease, arthritis, and much more. The company also provides the services such as live nutritional blood cell analysis testing, critical body function analysis testing, and foot spa detox. And that was our special health segment featuring Dr. Jason Batson of Batson and Associates. You can visit them on the first floor, Money Talks Building, 182 Southern Main Road, Montrose. Call 222-8261. That is 222-8261. Or WhatsApp them at 314-9975. 314-9975. Keep listening. We're talking health every Thursday right here at Freedom 106.5 FM.
Yes, Facebook. Yes, Instagram. So we had things a little different today. We had to talk to the, so we just finished the program on Freedom 106.5 FM. And we had some little technical difficulties, so we had to use the phone this time, okay? So I do apologize for not being able to multitask. We had to look at this phone, right? Sunday, please God, we'll be here bright and early. We'll be having a very interesting program for you guys. Father's Day, giveaways. We have to announce those?
Yes.
Yes. So we'll announce it on Sunday, please God. Right? So we will see you guys on Sunday. Sunday from 9 to 11. So as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Be safe. Stay safe.